What does it take to rise from the streets to the spotlight? Not just in the ring, but in life. Some people think it's his luck. Oh, he just got lucky. Yeah, right? Tell that to his alarm clock that's been going off at 5 a.m. for years. Others believe it's talent. He's just naturally gifted. Sure, and I'm naturally gifted at eating pizza, but that doesn't make me a chef. A few will tell you it's connections, timing, or being in the right place at the right moment. It's all about who you know. Well, here's the thing, even if you know everyone, if you can't deliver, you're just that guy who knows everyone but can't do anything. But if you look closely at those who truly make it, those who don't just succeed but completely flip their entire existence upside down, you'll find something way more interesting. Something that doesn't sound as sexy but works every single time. You'll find obsession. You'll find dedication. You'll find someone who understood that greatness isn't some happy accident that happens while you're scrolling through social media. Today we're not talking about Conor McGregor the fighter. We're not talking about the trash talk, the fancy suits, or the I'm gonna knock you out speeches. We're talking about Conor McGregor the craftsman. A regular guy who figured out one simple truth that changed everything. When you focus everything you have on one thing, magic happens. And by magic, I don't mean pulling rabbits out of hats. I mean the kind of magic where you become so good at something that people think you're cheating. Before the millions, before the fame, before the world knew his name, there was just a young man from Dublin who made a choice. He chose to focus. He chose to commit. He chose his craft over Netflix, discipline over hitting the snooze button, purpose over I'll start tomorrow. This is about discipline. This is about craft. This is about the difference between existing like a zombie and actually living like a human being. This is about becoming who you're supposed to be instead of who you accidentally became. Mastery isn't about being good at a bunch of things. It's about being absolutely ridiculous at one thing. When you give yourself completely to something, it becomes more than just a skill. It becomes you. Like how your mom becomes one with the TV remote during her favorite show. Total unity. Think about this for a moment. How many people do you know who are pretty good at everything? They can play a little guitar badly. They speak a little Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Burrito. They know a little about business. Buy low, sell high, right? They dabble in fitness. I went to the gym once this month. They're like human Swiss Army knives. Lots of tools, but none of them actually work when you need them. But then there are the rare few. The ones who choose differently. The ones who understand that being excellent at one thing beats being okay at everything. McGregor didn't just learn to fight. He became fighting. He didn't just practice moves. He lived them, breathed them, probably dreamed about them. I bet he was throwing punches in his sleep and his poor pillow was getting destroyed every night. When he woke up, fighting was his first thoughts. When he ate breakfast, he was thinking about fighting. When he brushed his teeth, he was probably practicing his footwork. His toothbrush probably thought it was in a boxing match. He studied every angle, every technique, every possible scenario. He watched so much fight footage that his Netflix probably got jealous. He trained until his body was screaming, "Please stop," and then he trained some more. This is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. While others scattered their attention like confetti at a New Year's party, he focused everything on one thing, his craft. The world is full of people with potential, but potential without focus is like having a Ferrari with no gas. It looks impressive sitting in the driveway, but it's not taking you anywhere. Mastery isn't an accident. It's not something that happens while you're busy making other plans. It's intentional. It's a choice you make every single day. And honestly, it's a choice that most people are too scared to make because it means saying no to a lot of other fun stuff. Here's what most people get wrong. They wait for motivation like they're waiting for a bus that's always late. They wait for the feeling. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for Monday. They wait for next month. They wait for after the holidays. They wait for when they feel ready. Newsflash. You'll never feel ready. Feeling ready is like waiting for your laundry to fold itself. It's just not going to happen. They're waiting for a feeling that comes and goes more often than your Wi-Fi connection. McGregor didn't wait for motivation. He showed up every single day. Rain or shine, tired or energized, happy or grumpy, feeling like a champion or feeling like he'd rather be watching TV in his pajamas. Because here's the truth that will change your life. Motivation is like that friend who gets really excited about going to the gym with you and then cancels at the last minute. Discipline is like that friend who shows up at your door at 5 a.m. whether you like it or not. Motivation gets you started. It's that burst of energy when you decide to change your life. It's like drinking 3 cups of coffee. You feel unstoppable for about an hour, then you crash. But discipline is your steady, reliable friend who doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline shows up when you're tired, when you're sad, when you'd rather be doing literally anything else. The gym doesn't care if you had a bad day. The gym doesn't care if your boss was mean to you. The gym doesn't care if you got stuck in traffic. Your craft doesn't care about your relationship problems or your financial stress. Your craft only cares about one thing. Did you show up today? Show up anyway. That's where champions are made. Not when everything is perfect and you feel like Superman, but when everything is falling apart and you feel like you got hit by a truck and you still choose to do the work. McGregor understood this. There were days when he felt like staying in bed. Days when he questioned everything. Days when giving up seemed easier than ordering takeout. But he showed up anyway. He trusted the process even when he couldn't see the results. Even when people thought he was crazy. That's the difference between dreamers and achievers. Dreamers wait for the perfect moment. Achievers realize the perfect moment is a myth, like unicorns or calories that don't count on weekends. Watch McGregor in the ring. Notice how calm he looks right before everything goes crazy. It's like he's ordering coffee while everyone else is having a panic attack. That calm didn't happen by accident. That confidence comes from thousands of hours of preparation. It's like studying so hard for a test that you could probably teach the class. Real strength doesn't come from screaming and flexing your muscles like you're trying to open a really tough pickle jar. It comes from having your mind so well organized that chaos bounces off you like water off a duck. If you want to control what happens outside, you first need to get your inside sorted out. It's like cleaning your room before you invite people over. You need to handle your own mess first. Your mind is either your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no middle ground. A scattered mind is like trying to use a broken GPS. You'll end up lost, frustrated, and probably in the wrong neighborhood. While others were fighting external battles, arguing with everyone, blaming the weather, making excuses like they were getting paid for it, McGregor was fighting internal battles. He was building mental muscle. He understood something that most people never learn. Your outer world is basically a copy-paste of your inner world. If your mind is a mess, your life will look like a tornado hit it. If your mind is organized, your life will be organized. The excellence you see in champions is like looking at the tip of an iceberg. What you see is impressive, but the real work is underwater where nobody can see it. McGregor didn't just train his body to throw punches. He trained his mind to stay cool when everyone else was losing their minds. He developed the superpower of thinking clearly when chaos was happening all around him. That's real power. Not the ability to lift heavy things or run fast, but the ability to keep your head when everyone else is running around like headless chickens. Most people try to change their results without changing themselves. It's like trying to change your reflection without moving. Good luck with that. Let's be honest about something. McGregor didn't win every fight. He got knocked down. He lost. He probably went home some nights feeling like he'd been hit by a truck driven by another truck. But here's what made him different. He knew that falling down isn't failing. Staying down and ordering pizza is failing. Every champion has battle scars. Every master has failed more times than most people have even tried. The difference between winners and losers isn't that winners are perfect. It's that winners have a really bad memory when it comes to giving up. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times have you started something and quit the moment it got hard? How many dreams are sitting in your mental garage collecting dust because you hit one speed bump? When you fail, it's not the universe telling you you're not good enough. It's more like your craft saying, hey, pay attention. Here's what you need to work on next. McGregor didn't run away from the hard stuff. He ran toward it like it owed him money. When he lost, he didn't spend 3 weeks on the couch eating ice cream and watching sad movies. He went back to work. That's the mark of a real craftsman. They don't see failure as the end credits of their movie. They see it as feedback. Like getting a bad grade on a test is not the end of the world. It's just information about what you need to study harder. Fear is a whole different monster. Fear is like that annoying friend who always tells you why you can do something. You're not good enough or you should quit. You should just play it safe and get a boring job. But McGregor learned to have tea with fear. He learned that being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. Being brave means you're scared and you do it anyway. Every time you work on your craft, you're basically telling fear, thanks for your opinion, but I'm going to do this anyway. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you're building your courage muscles. Pain is just your body's way of saying, this is new and I don't like it. But if you listen to every complaint your body makes, you'll never get off the couch. Every time you choose to get back up after falling down, you're proving to yourself that you're tougher than you think. And that's a pretty good feeling. In a world full of noise, being able to focus is like having a superpower. It's like having X-ray vision while everyone else is wearing blindfolds. Look around you right now. Everyone's trying to do everything at once. They're juggling 10 projects while checking their phone every 5 minutes. They're like circus performers, except they keep dropping the balls. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That's just once every 10 minutes when they're awake. They're constantly switching between tasks, never really present anywhere, like they're living their entire life in split screen mode. But you're different. You understand that trying to focus on everything is like trying to watch every channel on TV at the same time. You'll see a lot of flashing lights, but you won't understand any of the shows. McGregor could have tried everything. Boxing today, wrestling tomorrow, business next week, entertainment next month. He could have been like a kid in a candy store trying everything and mastering nothing, but he didn't. He chose one thing and went all in. And guess what? When you become ridiculously good at one thing, doors start opening that you didn't even know existed. This is the secret that most people never figure out. When you focus all your energy on one thing, that one thing becomes your master key to everything else. Think about sunlight. It's nice and warm, but it's not going to start any fires. But take that same sunlight and focus it through a magnifying glass, and suddenly you can burn holes in things. That's what focus does to your life. But focusing isn't just about what you say yes to. It's about what you say no to. And let me tell you, saying no is harder than saying yes, especially when everyone thinks you're crazy. While others were binge watching Netflix, McGregor was studying fight videos. While others were scrolling through social media, he was training. While others were sleeping in, he was already sweating. He understood that you can have everything, but if you focus on one thing completely, you can have that one thing at a level that most people can't even imagine. Stop trying to be everywhere. Stop being somewhere. Completely. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Don't give it away cheap. Because here's the truth. Where your attention goes, your life follows. It's like a spotlight. Wherever you point it, that's what gets bright. Success is getting stuff. Significance is becoming someone worth getting stuff for. Anyone can be successful for a hot minute. Success is like a good hair day. It feels great, but it doesn't last forever. Success is about trophies, money, and people knowing your name. But significance, that's forever. That's about who you become while you're chasing your dreams. It's about the lives you touch and the example you set. McGregor's real legacy isn't his fancy cars or his championship belts, though those are pretty cool. His legacy is proving that regular people can do extraordinary things if they're willing to be extraordinary about the regular things. He became living proof that focus works, that discipline pays off, that when you commit to your craft commits to you back. But here's the beautiful thing. You don't need to be famous to have a legacy. You don't need millions of followers or your name in lights. Your legacy is written right now in the small moments. Every time you choose to work on your craft instead of watching another episode of your favorite show, you're writing your legacy. Every time you get up early to practice, you're building something bigger than yourself. Your kids will see it. Your friends will notice it. Your community will feel it. And most importantly, you will know it. You're not just getting better at something. You're becoming someone. You're building character, developing discipline, and proving to yourself that you can stick to something when it gets hard. Every hour you spend on your craft is an investment in becoming the person you're supposed to be. It's like compound interest, but for your soul. The question isn't whether you'll leave a legacy. You will. The question is, will it be a legacy if I tried or I did? Will it be a legacy if I started or I finished? Your legacy is being written right now. With every choice you make it count. So what's your thing? What's that one thing that makes you feel alive? That thing you could do for hours and completely lose track of time. That thing that scares you and excites you at the same time. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's building businesses, maybe it's teaching kids, maybe it's creating art, maybe it's coding, maybe it's something completely new that the world hasn't seen yet. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you stop pretending you don't know what it is and start doing something about it. Stop waiting for permission. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, congratulations, you now have official permission to be awesome. That's not how it works. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is like a unicorn. Everyone talks about it, but nobody's actually seen one. The perfect moment is now, with all its imperfections and messiness. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is like that friend who says they'll help you move but never shows up. Discipline is like that friend who shows up with a truck and doesn't leave until everything's moved. Your craft has been calling your name for years. You've heard it in quiet moments. You've felt it when you're doing other things. You've seen it in your daydreams. The world needs what you have to offer, but they can't get it if you're not developing it. They can't benefit from your gifts if you're keeping them locked away in the garage of your mind. You have something special, something that only you can bring to the world, but it won't matter if you don't work on it. It won't matter if you don't focus on it. It won't matter if you don't master it. Here's the truth. If you focus on your craft, everything else will fall into place. Not overnight, not next week, but eventually, because that's how life works. The question isn't whether you can do it. You can. The question isn't whether you are good enough. You are. The question isn't whether you have what it takes. You do. Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. Don't let them down. Stop reading about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Start doing it. Today, right now, your craft is calling. Answer the phone. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.